So this is the new MallinCam DS16c. 16 megapixel camera. Let's get this. The resolution is 4640, so that would be 2320 would be mid, around there, 2320, and up and down mid would be 1750 or so. So that's the center, roughly. Put that back up. And let me recenter the target. Oh, there's a little atmosphere tonight. I got a few mosquitoes tonight. Oh, get like rock. Okay, sync.
Telescope synced.
Yeah, well, that's the moon. Exposure time, the gain is set to minimum 1. The exposure time is 4 milliseconds. Bit depth, put a 12-bit. Color balance, I've already done a color balance. Color adjustments, there's defaults for the color adjustments. Everything so far is at default. Flip, sampling, no, sampling, okay. Well, for now, I'm going to let this run. It should be getting darker, maybe. But let's see what else is in the sky that, in that direction of the moon, that maybe I can look at. Logo M30B. Let's see. M30, M2. Let's go to M2. It's a little bit higher up. It's above the moon.
Telescope moving to target.
Okay. So now I've got to play with exposures for the globular. Let's push the exposure time up. Hi, Andy. Trigger mode, let's go 5 seconds and loop it. See what I can get with 5 seconds with minimum gain. Probably have to increase the gain. It's there, I can see it in the center. I don't think I can adjust the gain while it's, and so I have to stop it. Let me increase the gain. The gain goes from 1 to 20. So let's go 5, loop. Yeah, this is the DS16c. I just got a shipment of 15 of them today. So this is the first time powering it up. Stop. I might have to go with leave it a little bit longer exposure or a little bit higher gain. Rock always maxes the gain out. I usually get a little bit more conservative. Now let's see what 5 seconds does with the mid gain. I mean, the glob is definitely there. Wow. And I haven't done a dark yet, so I have no idea what's going to happen to do a dark. Well, let's do like a crazy rock thing. Gain max. Loop. So now I'm in 5-second mode, gain max. Wow. I mean, there's a few colorful pixels in there, but not a whole lot. Let me do the zoom into, say, 50. How about 100? And I haven't really done a focus yet on it. That's neat, because the stars in the core have different colors. I just wanted to give it a try tonight to see what is possible with this new camera. And I was hoping, I sent Micheline a message to tell Rock I was on, because what I have in the scope right now, I'm using the VRC-10. I have the 2-inch 0.75x focal reducer in the scope. And then on the camera, I have the Universe 0.5 focal reducer. Two of them in line. So in theory, I should be somewhere around f3. What I want to do, options. Oh, I'm used to the software for the Star Vision that I've been using a lot. Let's see, I want to auto capture, MallinCam Sky. Let me see where I want to save them. Maybe I can go to the J drive. What is that J drive? Windows J drive. J drive. Cancel MallinCam Sky. Name, format, year, date, prefix would be DS16c. BMPs. Total images, I don't know. Do it. Say 350, and I'm going to grab one every 15 seconds. Okay. And then somewhere up here you hit the capture. File. Auto capture. Okay. So here it says auto capture 0 of 350. Let me start my EpiPen so I can highlight. EpiPen, not EpiPen. Okay, so now EpiPen is running. And what I was trying to highlight, right here I've captured 2 out of 350. Again, the camera is in 5-second mode. The gain is at 20, which is max. And all of the other parameters are set for default. So, letting that run for now. Let it capture a few images. Let's see what else I can find around there. M15 packets. Now M15. That's right. That's the bright stars right next to M15. I'm on M2. Let me go to M15. Okay, M15.
Telescope slewing to target.
Let's see if that still falls in the shutter slits. Nope, I gotta rotate a little.
Telescope slew complete.
Okay. Okay. So let me try moving this over. That's pretty close to being centered. I'm going to sync on it.
Telescope synced.
Let's see what else is. I want to kind of get away from the moon. Let's go to let's see. Better. Okay, let's center that.
Telescope slewing to target.
I'm doing a meridian flip, but let's see. Oh, that baby low. Let's go looking at the observatory.
Telescope slew complete.
Let me raise the pier as high as I can get it to see if I can get anything. I mean, this is down in the southern junk. Okay. Let's see. Well, I see what I'm looking for. It's at the very top, so I want to come straight down. Ah, left is right now. I gotta change swamp east and west. I gotta unswitch because of the meridian flip. I'm going to Lagoon. It's right next to that big open cluster. It'd be interesting to see what I can get out considering the phase of the moon, the fact that I haven't done a dark. So let's stop this, go from 10 seconds to, I don't know, from 5 seconds I'm going to go to 10. Let's see what 10 seconds does. I scratched my leg again. Yep, did it again. Let me try stopping. I'm going to go to 15 seconds. I know we're definitely affected by the moonlight. Let me try histogram, see where the histogram is. Hi, Bobby. Just to let you know, Bobby, I got the DS16Cs in today. And I just got home from testifying in court, so this is my first time using it. I mean, the software is, if you've used the SkyRater before, the software is pretty similar. I had to reduce the blue. Where's the color balance? No, color balance. I'll do a white balance and see what happens with the next refresh. Yeah, I got rid of some of the blue. Now, let's see if what do I do the histogram next? Okay, that's histogram's 15 to 200. Let's see what the next one brings. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to ship out a bunch of orders tomorrow. I'm still so far from being ready to leave to go to Chiefland that it's ridiculous. Um, live stacking, what the heck? Live stack. Deep sky, additive. I'm going to try to align 3. Let's see what, without playing with any of the parameters, what happens. See if it calculates enough stars to do a stack with. I'm waiting for the magic OK to appear here, and there it is. We got an OK. So now it should start doing some stacking. That's a stack of 2. See how white it gets when we get a stack of 3. It's 3 15-second exposures. No dark field. No focus tweak. Just plug it into the camera and go. Now the big question is, can I adjust any of the parameters without going into warp speed, or the Pink Floyd effect as some people call it? A slowly increase gamma. Let's go to 1.1. Then the stacks should slowly get darker unless it jumps into hyper mode. Maybe I just compromise the stacking, because I don't see the countdown counting anymore. I'm on, well, I call it additive, where it adds so that the images get brighter. Enabled additive stack. I'm going to stop it. That's a single. I'm going to start again with a stacking 3. Let it recalculate the stars. As soon as OK appears here, it should start the stacking. But that's a single 15-second exposure right now. And considering how much focal reduction I'm using, not bad. Altitude, I'm 28 degrees up right now. So it went to OK. That's 2 added. That's 3. Yeah, I'm seeing more and more colorful pixels show up with time, but that's because I didn't do a dark. And that's 3. I'm liking the field of view in this camera already. When I get to Chiefland, I'm going to be using this camera with my 11-inch Hyperstar. How's it going tonight? This is an experiment. And so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing with this new camera. Let me stop the stack. Disable. Let me erase everything. Let me move over to. Oh, let me sync on the on Lagoon.
Telescope synced.
Now I'm going to go to the Trifid.
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
It would have been an interesting experiment to see if I could have gotten them both in the same field of view. I'm in 15-second exposure. I'm also using a long non-powered cable. Yeah, USB 3. I'm using a 25-foot cable. Let's see, what can I change before I go to the next? Let me stop this. I'm going to go to 20-second. Start 20-second. Again, gain is at max. 20-second exposure. Maybe the histogram. Oh yeah, I'm clipping with the histogram. Trifid's right here. Trifid's there. It's faint. Trifid's right in there. So let me erase. Well, I got it going. Let's enable a stack of 3. And now we're just waiting for the OK to show up. I'm just making sure that I can use a longer cable with this camera. With the DS2.3 Plus, I've been using up to 48 feet of cable. I just wanted to be able to see if I can use a longer cable with this one. So it said OK. And you got the double star right in the center of the Trifid. Trifid's right about here. Okay. How high is the Trifid is 29 degrees up right now at azimuth 211. Really got to darken that up. I don't like making major changes to the histogram while I'm stacking, because that could result in Pink Floyd. I'm thinking I may need a powered active cable. Yeah, I'm going to go to and then I start the stack now. See, the last time I played with the histogram, it stopped the stacking. Let me turn the electric focuser off to save the battery. Did it go to OK yet? Not yet. Waiting for the magic OK. This is still calculating. So it went to OK. Now it should start stacking. This is the Trifid Nebula in Sagittarius. It's a gas cloud. You can see it's divided. It got its name from the fact that the main part of the gas cloud is divided into 3 pieces, and thus the name Trifid. There's also a light blue reflection nebula right above here, So it's an emission nebula, red, and a reflection nebula at the top. But it's basically clouds of gas in our Milky Way galaxy that are condensing to form new stars. I'm going to move. Sure. If I could only draw. I'm liking Epic Pen. Pearl River, Louisiana, about 40 miles north of New Orleans. My real name is Jack Herkamp. So let's see. Let's go off to the Omega Nebula.
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
Let me check the shutter. Oh, I should have stopped the stacking while I was doing the slew. Okay, so disable the stack. Let's see, which way do I want to flip it? See if I can get the swan correct. I want to do a, where's the flip, vertical flip. Do a vertical flip. Is that the corner of the dome? Yeah, it must be the corner of the dome. Let's see. Yep, it is. Let me turn the shutter off. Okay. Yeah, that glow at the bottom left is the shutter to the observatory. It should disappear with the next exposure. When I get to Chiefland, I'll be using a much longer cable. Okay. Let me start the stack of 3. So I just started a stack. What I'm doing is I've selected deep sky. Oh, that's too big. Erase. How about a smaller dot? Pick deep sky objects. Additive stack. I want to add 3. I want to align the stars in the frame. And then I've enabled it to allow the stack. So what it's going to do, it's going to take 3 images and then add them together. And once you get the OK, then it's going to start the process. This is called the Omega, the check mark, the swan. The swan, that's like the swan's head. Here's his body right here. The check mark is pretty easy. That's the check mark. And the omega comes from the Greek letter omega, the last letter in the Greek alphabet. Alpha and omega, well, it's the Omega Nebula. So that's 2, that's 3 aligned. Not bad. If I wasn't worried about going into, oh, I don't want to do that. Erase. Go back to the, I would like to try to lowering, or increasing the I've used this camera all of about an hour. I'm going to try raising the gamma to 1.15. And as long as the stars can register and stack, what should happen as each darker frame adds, the total stack should get darker. It's adding, like I said, 3 together. But when it gets to the 4th, what it does, it throws the oldest one out of the stack and adds the newest one into the stack. So it's a running 3-image stack. And you can stack 2, you can stack 10, you can do, I don't know if there's a maximum number that you can stack. Let's see, I just played with the gamma. And it looks like that stopped the stacking. This is, yes, this is full frame. And it's only at 30%. That's 30%. If I was to zoom in to 100%, that's 100%. And with 100%, then you can see the colorful confetti, since I haven't done a dark field. I haven't done a focus. I've just put the camera in and I'm playing with it. Yeah, the full resolution of this image is, you can look at it right up here. It's 4640 by 3506. You notice that it just got darker. So it is, you can see the exposure countdown at the bottom. Here's your exposure countdown right down here. See, it's countdown 15 seconds, 16, 6, 20. So it's counting down. I will. Yeah, this is my first light for the DS16c on my scope. I think up until tonight, Rock has been the only one that's had one to play with. So since it was clear, I figured, what the heck, let me see if I can use it. Okay. Let me reduce the size of this a little bit so I can increase the size of the okay, the viewer list. Okay. But again, this is a 20-second exposure, max gain. Rock always uses max gain, so I figured, what the heck, I'll try max. I'm additively stacking 3 20-second exposures. No dark frame. That would definitely clean up the image, but I was running out of time tonight, so I just ran out to the observatory. Let me move over to the eagle. So before I move, let's stop the stacking and move up to the eagle.
Telescope slewing to target.
So it should be at the eagle, and let me see.
Telescope slew complete.
It has a really bright red light on the back of that camera. Oh, man. How big do you mean for big scopes? Uh, One of these days I'm going to drag my 17.5 out and put it out here. It would be interesting to see how well the 17.5 does with this camera. So right now I'm on the Eagle, and I'm going to try stacking 4. Additively stacking 4 20-second exposures just to see what happens. Waiting for it to give us the okay. We got the okay, so now it's going to start stacking 4. Again, you'll notice that there's a little bit of amp glow. However, if I was using the dark field subtraction, that would go away. I will be using that the next time when I go to Chiefland. You can see the Eagle is right up in here. Pillars of Creation right here. And let me do a flip. I did a vertical flip before to put the swan right. Now I'm going to flip it back the other way to put the Eagle flying up. I don't know if that's going to kill the stacking or not. I would hope not, but it may have. I'm zooming in on the Eagle right now. Let's see, that's 67%. Yeah, that may have killed. Let me redo the stacking. When I flipped it while it was stacking, it didn't like that. So for now I'm going to scroll back out. So right now I'm at 30% zoom. Waiting for OK. There it is. And I've selected 4 to stack. So let's see what happens. After this I may try, that's 2. After this, I'll probably go to M11, and after M11, maybe I'll go to the dumbbell. Where did rock? I guess rock didn't do. And the eagle's starting to pop out now. Let me scroll in a little. And having focus would help. Having a dark field applied would help. Killing the mosquito that's biting my hand will help. I don't know how many are in that stack right now, if that's 3 or not a 4. See what happens with the next one. Yeah, that's got to be the 4. Okay. Well, let's go off to stop the stack and go to M11.
Telescope slewing to target.
Check the shutter.
Telescope slew complete.
It's not too bad considering how bright the moon is out here tonight. Wow. The sky is definitely washed out. Hi, Simon. First light for the tons of focal reduction. That's the technical term. I'm using the 2-inch Ritchie accretion focal reducer in the scope. I'm using the 2-inch MallinCam Universe focal reducer in the camera. In theory, I'm somewhere around f3 or so, maybe. And I'm looking at the corner. There's a little bit of issues in the corner, but really not too bad considering how crazy I got with the focal reduction. This is 20-second single frame, no dark. I didn't bother to take darks tonight. Got a little recording going. I'll post it up to YouTube later. But this is M11. God, I don't want to do that. Why is it always default to the big fat pen? Yes, it is. Well, again, I don't have a dark applied. Rock always uses max gain, so I'm using max gain. When you get to 100%, there's 100% zoom on M11. And you can see a lot of the colorful pixels from the need for dark. I mean, they're all over the place in there. But when I get a chance to take a dark and do some oh, the mosquitoes are bad tonight. Did Rock send me some with that package I got today? Yeah, 16 megapixel view. It's pretty nice. Actually, I'm at, this is 30. Oh, come on, man, it defaults to the, that's the one problem I have with Epic Pen. You pick a certain size dot and it like gives you the bigger one. 30%. Yeah, if you get a little bit smaller, then you don't fill the field of view. That's 40, 50. Well, This is the full resolution. It's 4,600 and what's the max res? 4640. It's 4640 by 3506. It's 30% zoom to fill the display window on the computer screen. But it's that's the max resolution. It's the 16 megapixel resolution. If I had gone to a bigger window on the computer screen, then I would have had to zoom a little bit more to fill the screen. But it is the maximum resolution of the sensor. Okay, where is the next target? Keep going up the chain. Okay, where is Sagitta? Aquila, Scutum. Sagitta, yes, Sagitta. Okay, let's go to Sagitta. Let's go to the dumbbell. Hopefully it's not a meridian flip, but we'll see in a second.
Telescope flew into target.
Nope, we're going almost to the zenith.
Telescope slew complete.
Okay. I think I'm clearing the shutter. Let's see how small this ends up being on the field. There it is. Okay, so that's the dumbbell. I'm going to go ahead and try stacking 3. Again, I got deep sky, additive stack, 3, align frames, and it's enabled. And now we're just waiting for the OK. Is my computer in the dome talking to me? Haven't gotten an OK yet. Just trying to calculate some alignment stars. There it is, got the OK. We got a satellite. It's definitely going to clear up nicely when I get a dark applied. I don't know how many of I had picked a lot stacking 3. I don't know how many are in this stack. It's zoomed in 60%. Let's go. That's 50. Still at full resolution. I'm going to have to throw this into astrometry.net. Some of these, I'm having it capture some images on the side so I can calculate a field of view. Integration is 20 seconds, I think. Let's erase that. Yeah, it's 20 right here, 20 seconds. And like I said, I'm adding together 3. Let me say